Hello and welcome to another one of ADemonicShadow's review and trophy review. Of course, review first, trophy review second. This is of course on Tomb Raider Define Edition PS4, which was amazingly pretty good game. I really did enjoy it. Gameplay of the game was pretty fun itself. There wasn't any much bugs or anything really glitchy or anything necessarily displeasing about that. So that was pretty cool. So of course takes on Lara Croft and her investigating an island and her development and what's going on the island as she becomes more as a Tomb Raider. She goes more into becoming that Tomb Raider character we all know and love and everything, because I believe before she even gets to this island, she's necessarily not ever held a gun, never actually been into real combat. She does have that emotional turmoil of when she finally kills someone and she's all scarred for life, and then like 5 minutes later she's slaughtering people like there's no tomorrow. And so of course if you didn't see, I did upload my 100% completion what am I trying to say? 100 completion file. So of course I have everything unlocked and everything. But they did break I really do like how they handled the game. There are tons of collectibles. It's not like the open world, but they have a lot of large areas. You just zoom out. So this is the whole map of here's the whole map. I can't remember where you even start from. I want to say it was here, but there are large areas when you get to them. This is all one area, as you see highlighted here. This is one area, this is one area, and they vary in size. And then as you can see, when I go to an area, it shows up all the collectibles up there, which is pretty cool. It helps you when completing the game. There are skills in here that you can upgrade as you play the game that increases, helps you survive and last longer in the game, which is pretty cool. Some of them for melee, other ones for just skill, just surviving, stuff like that. You also get to upgrade your weapons, your bow, you get a shotgun and a rifle and then a pistol, and all the upgrades you can get to that. These are just collectibles, and then once again more collectibles. So gameplay, relatively fun. Really cool how they did that, where some of the little puzzles you have to do to solve and find. Just navigating through the area can be kind of a puzzle sometimes, because you can't just straight up just run there. Just jumping around like there's no tomorrow. I'm trying to look for someone to kill. Ooh. So the story's alright. Nothing too special. There's a curse that's going around here, and you're necessarily just trying to, not even trying to solve it, you're just trying to get home. But eventually to solve it, you have to, and eventually to go home, you have to solve it. So let me see if I can find a place that actually has someone for me to kill. The character development, at least for Tomb Raider, she is kind of somewhat two different people from when she starts and when she gets here. I mean, when she started, before she gets here, she wasn't necessarily the Tomb Raider character that she was when she started. So, she develops her friends, the other characters in the game. They're not really all that main, but they have their own personalities, their own unique and personas and everything like that. They're not just stock characters or anything like that. They actually do have their own mindset.
I don't know.
I don't know how to explain it.
Should we head back? Nah. Let's wait it up.
Oh yeah, she does have her. I don't even know what to call it. But here you automatically sneak when you're around enemies. I don't think I killed him.
You're done.
I did kill. As you can see, you get points when you kill people. Different points for different things. Like if I get a headshot. As soon as I get a headshot.
You're gonna die.
Whatever. Of course, you can scavenge from them. You can also hunt animals too, but it's not like all that big into hunting. It's not a hunting game. Just hunting is there for an option. One thing I actually was impressed about this game that probably not a lot of people really highlight was the online for it, which I don't. Let me see if I can just. I doubt. I'm pretty sure online's pretty much dead by now. Double check. But I think online was pretty unique. Of course, people with higher levels always have an advantage because that's the same thing for any game. You also have your two different factions. Of course, you play as Laura and her friends and some of the good guys in the game. Don't have any different personas. No different. They're no different. They're all the same characters. They just have different models, so none of them have any type of benefits or anything like that. Of course, Samantha's my favorite. And then you have the villains. But I really do hope that if they actually do when they do make another one, which once again is either a time exclusive or a complete exclusive for Xbox, that they do expand online. That's something I'm actually looking forward to with the next game. Don't know about you guys. But other than that, gameplay is good, stories, story could have been better. Characters alright. Online, it's pretty good. For a Tomb Raider game, doing online, because that's kind of a thing every game's doing, is just adding an online to it. Tomb Raider didn't necessarily need to have it, but it did have it, and it's nice to have. It was fun to play. It wasn't too broken. That was pretty fair, pretty balanced. So I appreciated it. I would, still play it if online wasn't dead, but online's dead, so unfortunately for that. And of course, as you can see from the graphics here, the graphics are pretty amazing. I didn't have any glitches in any areas or anything like that where the frames were dropped or where I would load into an area and I'm still waiting for the game to catch up and to load the background. Amazing costume. Pretty. Hold on, I'm gonna go to the door. Dirty. As you can see here, you can change outfits. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you a preview, so you have to equip and back out. That's not it. But another thing, which was pretty shocking about this game, is some of the deaths. Like, so many of the deaths in this game, they did not go lightly with these deaths. Like, some of them were pretty gruesome, with Laura like being stabbed and having like a piece of metals like just penetrate her and just I'm trying to think of an area where I can see one of them. I know if I can find some rapids for water, I can definitely do it there. But that's another thing about this game is that the depth's like shit. Like that was not something I was expecting. Like I kept dying in certain areas in different ways just to see some of the depth scenes in the game. And then like another thing they have here with the weapons is they have different attacks. So you have your fire arrow, you have your normal arrow. Oh no, that's my bomb arrow, sorry. There you go, there's headshot. Yeah, you can get different upgrades for your weapons. As you can tell, it's, you know, customized like there's no tomorrow on these things, especially this one. Like all that duct tape, the stock, the dual mags, the barrel. And they all need different silencer. Yeah. How do you not hear that? This game does have these, not that apparently finish this.
Help me out here! You are gonna die!
Let's do it, pistol. There you go. We just pull it up the map. But they do have these. Let's zoom out because there's not one in here. What are they called? Tomb raids. Tombs rated, or just necessarily tombs, where when you get to the tombs it's a giant puzzle and you just have to solve it. You know, find out what it has to do, and some of them can get kind of complicated, at least some of the end game ones. Those of them are pretty hard. You know, the first few, pretty much all of them except like the last two are pretty much easy as hell. Like you can go in there, try this, didn't work, try that, well, you did it. So I didn't have any problems with them. Then again, I am into puzzles and everything like that, so it could be a little bit more difficult for you. But they're not that too difficult. Like you'll find them off eventually. It's not one of those things where you would have to look it up online. But that nicely was a review for the game. Definitely worth trying out and playing. If you like Tomb Raider, I do believe you appreciate this game. Not much to complain about overall. They did a really relatively good job for this Tomb Raider. I really am looking forward for the next one. But that pretty much was a review of the game. I'll be going over the trophies for the game. So if you necessarily don't care about the trophies, you can go ahead and just end the video right now and carry on about your day. So moving on to the actual trophies for this game. Not necessarily too hard. Getting all the trophies for this game is not hard at all. Most of them are pretty much collectibles, and there are also no missables, because I would have to double check. But most of the trophies are pretty much just collect everything and unlock everything until I believe there's one for fully upgrading everything. And once again, those aren't missables. So moving down a bit, of course you have your True Survival, which is unlock the Platinum Trophy, which is necessarily the goal you're going for. You have Bookworm and History, which is collecting 25% and 75% of documents. You have Relic Hunter and Archaeologist, which is 25 and 75% for relics. Looking for Trouble and a Bag Full of Outcasts, which is GPS, your collectibles once again for 25, 75. You have No Stone Left Unturned, which is collecting all the collectibles in the game. Once again, they're marked on your map, so not all that hard to not too hard to find. You have to collect 5,000 pieces of scavenge for a scavenger. God, I can't pronounce anything. That once again isn't too hard because you'll get that just naturally doing everything else in the game. My favorite outfit. Loot 200 enemies. You should get that playing through the game. Purchase a skill in one category. Once again, relatively simple. For lethal, that's for the purchase one skill. Purchase all skills in a category for the lethal. Now you're getting serious, fully modded, and completely upgrade any weapon. And then the professional, which is doing it for all the weapons. Big game hunter, which is kill and loot 10 large animals, deer, boars, and wolves. I do believe you can just kill 10 wolves and you'll get that also. There's of course the one for the little ones like chickens, rabbits, and rats. Damn, it's dark. I'm not really here. Can't see. For the feather duster, you have performed 50 headshots kills in a single player campaign. There's, even if you don't do this naturally throughout the game, you can do this in the end game because there's still enemies around. Sorry. Kill 50 predator, equalizer, window maker, and gunslinger, which is kill 50 predator, kill 50 enemies with the bow, equalizer, kill 75 enemies with the rifle, window maker, 40 enemies with the shotgun, gunslinger, 35 with the pistol. Relatively simple. Force an enemy to drop dynamite that kills 2 people when exploding. You essentially just kill an enemy before they throw their dynamite, and hopefully be around a group of enemies that go ahead and kills them all. This is nowhere fun. Rope pull 5 enemies off an edge. You get for your bow upgrade, you get the ability to shoot a rope dart, and if you shoot at an enemy, then you'll pull them off. You just gotta pull them off the edge. Kill 25 enemies, unaware enemies, pretty much just stealth kills, relatively easy to do. Perform 15 finishers. The one you saw where I shot him in the face with the pistol, that's one of them. Shoot 10 enemies off a zip line. This one could be hard to get because I don't believe there's any enemies that you can find in game. Well, they'll be zipping through zip lines for you to go ahead and get that trophy, so that may be actually be unmissable. But that's something definitely to look out for. It's relatively easy to get if you're aware of the trophy. There's any enemies here. Sorry for lack of gameplay. I'm trying to find something. Anticipate 20 enemies with a dodge counter. You can throw sand in their face and it'll stun them for a little bit. Just do it to 25 enemies. Once again, you can do that in game. 1 smart cookie, complete 1 optional tomb. Intellect superior, complete all the tombs. Once again, going for all the collectibles, you'll get that. Unfinished business, complete 1 challenge. And then completing all the challenges, because there are actually, hold on. Here, relics. Don't remember the not collectibles, but the challenges for this game. I'm not able to find them here. Oh, that's because these are skills, gear, relics. Oh, I remember what the challenges are. Sorry about that. The challenges are at every single map there are At least not every single map. There are certain things you need to do just to finish it. Like here, there's Illuminati and Egg Poacher. Those are challenges. This one has Laid the Rest and Silencer, which are challenges, which are pretty much just part of collectibles. They're not anything all that hard. You have, and then, wow, I'm completely, hold on, let me double check something, because that just might be multiplayer stuff, because I forgot there's multiplayer trophies here. But you have complete a match in all multiplayer modes. Once again, these are all, unfortunately, all unable to do just because the multiplayer is dead. But complete all multiplayer modes for the adventure. You have artillery, which is kill 20 enemies with in multiplayer using the turret. You have kill a zipline enemy in multiplayer for the down boy. Entrapment, catch a player in a snap chair and multiplayer, which there's traps that you can set. Eventually, if you're just setting them, someone will fall for it, especially if you're going for the last one, which is get to level 60 for the true commitment. You have Escapist, which is survive 10 explosions in the multiplayer. You just have to survive getting hit. I remember challenges with online are online. So, alright, let me catch up to my notes here. Let's see. You revive a teammate in multiplayer. Once again, relatively easy to do. Just revive one person. Win a ranked match in every multiplayer multiplayer mode. Relatively easy to do. Just gotta win one of each game. Once again, can't do because online's dead. You have Sole Survivor in multiplayer. Be the only player on the team that isn't dead or down. Once again, you'll get it eventually. Just be the only person alive at any given time on any game mode. Lights out, kill 10 multiplayers using melee. You'll get that eventually. Kill 2 multiplayer enemies with a single explosion. For the Master Blaster, monkeying around in multiplayer, escape death 3 times using rope ascender. That one could be a little bit challenging to do. You may have to sacrifice the game to actually. You may sacrifice a few deaths or a little bit of gameplay to actually do that. Purchase a new multiplayer character. Easy to do on my way up, which is reach level 10 in multiplayer. You'll get that going for level 60. This one's kind of, this is the one you kind of have to grind for, which is Shopaholic. Buy every upgrade and character in multiplayer. That's definitely going to be one that you're going to want to go ahead and grind for to unlock that. You also have Boom Goes the Dynamite, which is, for the secret trophies, you have Boom Goes the Dynamite, which is shoot a bundle of dynamite out of the air. Really easy to do. Enemies throw it a lot. You have Crab Cakes, which is kill free the crab, which is an enemy towards the end of the game that that you just have to kill. I actually did this one on accident. I was just killing crabs and end up getting it. You also have complete all conversations with the endurance crew, which is your friends. Pretty much just have to chat. You have to chat with them at all options at any given time when you have to speak with them. You have to talk to them, and some of them you have to talk to one, then talk to the other. So that one itself is a missable. I did miss that on my first playthrough, and I had to do that on another playthrough. So that's definitely one you want to look out for if you're trying to nicely do this all in one run. But that was pretty much it. It looks like I'm gonna go play a multiplayer game real quick. Probably just end up leaving because whatever. But I do want to thank you guys for the support. If you did, go ahead and watch this video. If you want to go ahead and watch me on Twitch, if you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitch, Facebook, the link to Gamers HUD, and all that information is in the description below. I do want to thank you guys, and Demonic out.